We start in Rock Hill, where a suspect is in custody after two people were killed and another was hurt in a shooting at a smoke shop.
There's a lot to get to this morning, so let's send it out to WCNC Charlotte's Richard Devane. Richard, getting any better idea of what happened in that store behind you?
Sheer chaos is what one person described, and inside this location right behind me here on Cherry Road, carnage is the word that a man used to describe the scene that he saw that unfolded here late yesterday. Now let's take a look at some surveillance video that actually shows the moments during this entire incident. It happened around 9:41 yesterday here in Rock Hill. Police responding to reports of gunfire at the Budiman's Smoke Shop and Art Gallery here on Cherry Road. When they arrived, they saw a person later identified as 28-year-old Zachary East Elias of Columbia standing near his Dodge truck. After a moment, they realized that he had been inside that store and shots were fired. They tried to stop him, but he managed to drive away, crashing his car nearby on North Highway 21 at a bridge. They took him into custody, but inside the store is when they found that scene that we're describing. We spoke to a woman who lives right behind, near the store, I should say, a man who worked at the store but was luckily off last night, and then a person who walked inside and describes what he saw. Take a listen to what they had to say.
Pop, 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 pop. And I was like, that is not fireworks. That's definitely a gun.
Guy walked in and he just was saying weird stuff, asking where the mushroom man was. And I don't know if there was some kind of altercation or that he came out,
so to speak, but it was nothing I could do because they was already deceased. The lady that was living, I had to find some a clean towel to help her put pressure on the wound. Once I located that, I gave it to her and I let her put pressure on her own wound to keep up adrenaline pumping for her not to die. Because if I had helped her, she probably would have relaxed and adrenaline, calmed down, she would have died.
Just a terrible scene unfolding here. We can tell you those two victims, one a woman who used to work at the smoke shop, was actually on maternity leave. We're told she leaves behind several children. The person who survived, the woman who survived, her husband was the other victim. She's now in the hospital. We'll check on her condition. And another person who managed to escape this whole tragic situation. We've been speaking to the owner throughout the day. Of course, they didn't want to go on camera. They say they're too devastated by all of this loss of life. Now, as for that suspect, Elias is expected to face two counts of first-degree murder, as well as attempted murder and a number of other charges. We'll have updates on that, including his possible mugshot. Our Anna King is following this story. She'll have more later in the day. We'll have more in another 30 minutes right here at the scene. We're in Rock Hill. This is Richard Devane. Guys, we'll send it back to you.
So many families impacted by a tragedy like this. Richard, thank you.